stuff.
And here we go on pre-Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So happy heart to heart, everybody. You know, here we go.
Oh, very good.
You didn't see my heart.
That's
I get to wear it like once a year. You know that. And here you are, invited once again to the Harp Effect Show on Friday afternoon with Marsha and Yo Reno. And today, let's see, I was trying to be very clever because we have Joan of Angels here. And I kept thinking, heart to heart, harp is my last name, and she's Joan of Angels.
And it's on Valentine's weekend.
And it's on Valentine's Day. So I think it's what we should accept as being surrounded in an awful lot of wonderful love, including all of you. I'm so blessed, Joan. We have people that just I've connected with that you haven't seen in years. Like just finding, when it pops up somewhere and somebody goes, oh, and then they come and people have met each other that way, and it's wonderful. But Joan is here because can you tell Marsha's a little excited? Well, I am, because she's a gal after my own heart, you might say. I mean, I've always been interested in all things like spiritual and surround your heart, and how you can ask for what you want and just so many questions I've always had, and some have been answered. And as Joan, we're so happy to have you. And as I was looking, and in the ad, you have her website, correct?
I had some links to
links.
Get a hold
She
of
put
you.
links. Go to those links. There is a mirage of incredibly exciting, interesting, informative videos. There's like tons of them, and I couldn't get to the next one fast enough. It's like how to find your brilliance. I'll read that one several times, and then it's like there's
the
so
girl
many.
has jokes.
And we met Joan recently at a gathering of.
It's called Trips, and it's through Mark Tallis. He does it once a month at a different location, and it's just a good way to meet people and mingle. He does it once a month, and that's how we met Joan.
And aren't we blessed? See, I tell you, that's why we're so happy to have all of you with us as you will. I have a question for Joan. You can ask it right on there. So then now everybody will want to know something, but you can go to her website, which is www.joanofangels.com.
Yes, but it's down temporarily.
Yeah.
So they can just go to Instagram and Facebook, and everything I'm doing is on that right now. And you can message me, and I will definitely get back to you.
Oh, so is this exciting? Yes, it is. Well, because of how I started in my world and my life, and how I had to all I had was the Encyclopedia Britannica. There was no computer, there was no cell phone, anything. But somehow I would be guided to what it was that you talk about. Everybody has a purpose and a reason for being here. And as a result, I keep feeling I have a purpose, a reason for being here. And even though I feel many times like I'm touching it, it's just, I get really excited when I am around someone so beautiful. Oh, excuse me, I just clawed her. And so beautiful that and just watching her, the videos that she has, she talks about all these things. So let's start with how, when I think of how I first knew I wanted to dance, how did you know you, and in your case, had to have something within you guided you to this powerful, wonderful world that you share?
I think, first of all, that's a great question, the way you asked it. And I want to point out that you knew you wanted to dance because you probably had a driving passion to keep dancing, right?
Not until I saw Vera Ella in baby blue point shoes at the movies when I was 5 years old.
But then, okay, but the movie stirred in you.
The shoes.
The shoes. All right, but that's good to know because it never left you.
Exactly.
Okay, it never left you. So your purpose actually doesn't leave you. It's something you do whether you get paid for it or not, or whether you even know it's your purpose. So for instance, having the show is also part of your purpose because your purpose is to reach and uplift people through music and through your voice. And so that is part of your purpose. You could do it, you could say anything you want on the show. People are still gonna love you. Because that's the energy of you and your purpose. I discovered it by accident. So I did not know. I always thought I was going to die by the age of 28 because I felt incompetent. I did not know what I was here to do. And I figured that if I didn't know what I was here to do by 28, that meant I was going to be dead by 29.
Oh, that's wild.
Okay, so just so you know, I wasn't born knowing what I was here to do either. However, I did persevere, and I went to this workshop one day, and I said, well, what am I here to do?
And
what
where
do I
was
do?
that workshop?
It was in Los Angeles. It was in Los Angeles. It was a workshop. It was on spirituality. It was part of a spiritual group called the Movement of Spiritual Inner Awareness, and I walked in and I said, I don't know what to do with my life, God. What should I do? And I heard a voice. I have to tell you, I actually heard a voice. And the voice said, go to chiropractic school. And this is a true story. And,
I believe
and
it.
I do receive downloads when it's time to make pivotal changes in my life. The voice said, go to chiropractic school. And I went, huh. Now I had been working for a chiropractor. I'd gone to a chiropractor since I was 13. And I thought, okay. And the very next day, I went to all 3 chiropractic schools in Los Angeles. And the day after, I enrolled in one. And when I got home that day, and the tuition was $883. I get home, and there's a check from Schwab. Interesting, Schwab. My grandfather had died, and it was part of my inheritance was a check for $883. So I took it as
The
a
exact
sign.
numbers?
Pretty cool.
Exact number. I took it as a sign. I'm going to chiropractic school, and so that's what happened. I got to chiropractic school. And I went and became a chiropractor. And it gets a little better though, because then I graduated, you got to go into practice. And I went to this other workshop that was all about what are you here to do? Now I thought I knew it was chiropractic.
In LA.
It was also in LA, and I go to this workshop. And it was a visioning workshop, and I lay down and I had this vision. So now I'm in chiropractic school, and I have this vision. In the vision, I'm in the Coliseum, and I'm standing there. Millions of people are there. I'm on a podium, and there's a gorgeous angel behind me. And I'm standing on the podium. And we are like, these millions of people are crawling, walking, or being wheelchaired, or, crutches. And they're coming in front of us. We're just standing there, graceful as can be, just with our arms, and people would pass us and get up and be healed. And I thought, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to heal people. And so I proceeded to try to figure out how one could adjust more than one person at a time, and how one could heal millions of people at a time. In a sense, that was my mission.
Wow.
I thought maybe you were like doing chiropractic with your foot on one side, your foot on the other side, and then you could do 4 at a time maybe. I don't know.
Well, I couldn't do 4 at a time. No. And so in the end, I said, okay, I'm going to speak around the world. And so I have become a speaker. But purpose is something that has to do with several things. One is all of our purposes, like people like you who have your crystals around you. Part of our mission is to raise energy, vibration, just by being ourselves, like this heart and all of this here. It raises the vibrational frequency.
I agree.
smart thing to do is just to check to make sure no one's telling us they can't hear.
Okay.
Sometimes the Wi-Fi and the internet and all that, it'll go dark and then it'll come back on again. But
I think this is a great setup to do shows.
isn't it fun?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
Well, this is how
We have Walter Keeler
Kaylor, yes,
from
hi.
Hawaii, from Florida.
And is Walter with his lovely wife Barbara?
There's Sandra Canella. Canella's watching. Yeah, we know Canella. Oh, Canella.
Let's
We
see, Mr. Bigbird's watching.
If
Wait.
for any reason you can't hear us out there, now this doesn't make sense.
yeah, they'll let us know.
If they'll notify us if they can't hear us. If like for some reason the Wi-Fi has gone.
Oh, beautiful.
But yes, Canella, and she's a friend of ours.
Yeah, we did
But
we had her on our show. We did the.
Oh my goodness.
This-
And
Okay.
we went and did it in the swimming pool over here with her. We were in the water.
With the thing, what's it called? Not
When
Fusue.
did you do your? She does it. Watson.
Wasu.
When was
Watson.
your interview with Camilla?
About a year or so ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a little hot that day, Canella. Remember? But it was funny because she was demonstrating with Marsha and I was filming it,
Uh-huh.
and then it was my turn. The show was over, and she gave me a session. I was gone into another world, and I remember
Thanks,
Prior-
Canella.
to going out, I saw all the lights, red, yellow, green, purple, as I'm like going, and then she had to like bring me back, and I'm like, well, how long was I gone? I just I melted right into it, like right away. Maybe I gotta be careful I don't get hypnotized, right?
I think that's amazing. She first of all, she's really good at it, and second of all, Watsu itself, you get to float like you have wings. She opens up those wings of yours. Perfect.
Oh, and see, and then it's how fun could this be? I mean,
Right.
when you think about it, East LA, Barnesville, Ohio, Los Angeles. Although you said you started off in Scarsdale, New York.
New York City.
Oh,
New York City.
Does it matter now?
no, where did I say Scar? I thought. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. And then Canella is from.
Is that Arizona?
Maybe
I think
Arizona,
so.
yeah.
I think so. Something. And here we all are. And I just think it's incredible. Because you were saying, how being out here, and this is where it all started. Right as the pandemic started, we said, what can we do? What can we do? Our friends were losing their businesses. Everything I did was shutting down. This has been, now going on at least 6 years.
Close to
6 years. We walked out on the patio. We have upgraded the iPad, and we started talking, and we've done a show every Friday since. Every single Friday since.
I just have to congratulate both of you. High fives. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to keep up with your show here. Where you have to eat.
See, then we can't, but then you feel so blessed. Like, I was so looking forward, especially as I was reading all about you and visualizing on the computer, everything that you did. I went, because the only delving. I mean, I've had psychic readings and in fact, what am I doing wrong?
No.
And it's like just to have you here and to tell us about how you developed from the chiropractic to the visionary. Was that the second one? And then what happened? Because that's where I think we were.
Fine to spreading to help the world.
All right. So just to give you a little bit more of the backstory. I was a very successful chiropractor. Love chiropractic. Love healing people. I'm good at it. In fact, I adjusted someone yesterday. I have a chiropractor here in Palm Desert that we trade. So I got to adjust, get a great adjustment.
I was at the chiropractor today.
Aha!
For Eric Davenport. Yes, I have. Do you know Eric at all?
Not yet, but I've decided I'm going to meet local chiropractors here.
Oh, when you talk about someone who's spiritual, as you talk about, he is like one of us in that way, and once again, when the time is right, the blessing appears.
Right.
So you how did you? Okay, wait. We would have you in LA. You're a chiropractor. Now
I have
what?
a complicated life. Okay, so I kind of want to sort of explain to everyone how I kind of went from Dr. Hirngarter to Joan of Angels. And it was kind of interesting. I was injured about 20 years ago, and I couldn't practice anymore. And at the same time, I was involved in an abusive relationship.
Oh,
And this man, I could say, took me down. He took me down for $500,000. I lost everything. I was like under his spell and destitute. And I had 2 kids. So at that time, I finally mustered up the courage to leave him. And once I left him, I made a vow to myself. Well, number 1, this will never happen to me again. But number 2, I made a vow that my mission in life was going to be to help others, help other women especially, so that they didn't have to go through anything like that. And that led me to use my other gifts. So I have a master's in counseling. I've always helped people.
a master's in.
In counseling.
Ooh.
And I'm an intuitive. And so I began down a path of doing work with a lot of women, small groups with women, to help them regain their personal power. All right, regain that sense of who they are, which they somehow had lost when they were under someone's thumb, and which I had lost. So my purpose at that point expanded from healing and inspiring women and people to get healed to helping people live their best version of themselves.
Like that.
To start to be able to stand up and be proud of who they are, because it was a pretty rough time for me, and that gave me the confidence to get to the next level of my work, which was in emotionally and intuitively helping people start stepping into their best version of themselves. And at that point, I turned to my kids. I knew we needed a miracle. We formed a group called the Miracle Makers Club, my kids and I have a book about it called the Miracle Makers Club, and we started working with purpose.
And it's available.
It is available on Amazon. It's called the Miracle Makers Club. It's the second version is the one you want, kind of pinkish cover. But what I did was I started working with my children. There were 3 of us, just like this, and we had a little mastermind. So every night we would sit down, talk about our day. We would hold hands. We'd start to chant. I didn't know my 8-year-old and 10-year-old knew how to chant. They did. And we started talking about what we wanted to manifest. And my daughter wanted, what did she want? I don't know. They both wanted a house with a pool and a basketball court. And do you know that we ended up with a house with a pool and a basketball court? But that launched my work then as a teacher. A spiritual teacher, teaching miracles, teaching manifestation,
Yeah.
teaching people how to live your best life.
Do you think children are more receptive than adults?
Children still see angels. They talk to them every day. They have companions. It's we adults who try to shut them down
Right.
because they have a strong connection.
Don't do that.
Right. And they come with their memories intact until they're about 7. And so if you have a child out there who's talking about their angel friend, ask them to draw a picture. Draw a few pictures. What are you doing together? What is she telling you or he telling you? Where are you going? Because when I was very little, I did see angels. I didn't know they were angels, but they were. I would find myself lying in bed staring at a painting on the wall, and the next thing I knew, I was in the painting, and I had all these people around me talking to me. And it turned out that, yes, they were angels. You know, they didn't announce themselves as angels, but they were like my companions.
I believe that. I mean, it talks about that in the Bible too. You know, the young children, how they have that gift, but as they get older, we adults mess it up.
You know, it is interesting. I think it's because of our training. It's the rules and regulations. It's the expectations of society. It's a lot of things that separate us from living.
Yeah, because earlier you were talking about finding your purpose, and is it more the purpose finds you than you trying to find your purpose?
Well, yeah,
Like
it's
you-
a great way to it's a great way to put it. Look, Marsha's purpose found her. It took her over.
Yeah.
You know, it took her over. And honestly, once I discovered that I had healing gifts, it took me over too. I could work 24 hours a day and not even regret it because I'm doing what I love. And when you love what you do, it gives you that, it helps you rise above. You know, it helps you be that best version
How many
of
times do
yourself.
I tell all of you this? I'm always reminding, even in my shows and things, why did you give up your saxophone, your piano, your knitting, your painting, your anything? Why? You love to do it. Why give it up? And so to hear someone who is an authority at it and an expert with everything to back it up.
Don't give it up. And don't even give up on yourself. And if you can't find your purpose at this moment, just start breathing. Do what I do. I get a big poster board when I'm really kind of confused. I tell this to my clients. And I do soul purpose work, by the way. But I put yourself in the center of the poster board. You know, put your name, Marsha, Joan, whatever your name is. And then make little circles all around like spokes of a wheel and put all the qualities that people tell you about yourself. And then all the things that you always wanted to do as a kid. You know, what did you, maybe you wanted to be a fireman. You know, we grew up with those commercials. And I want to be a fireman. But, you know, what did you want to be? And then go out even further. What are your skills? You know, what do you like to do? And you start creating a map of who you are. And that's a first step of really igniting that, because your purpose has to do with the things that you are and the things that you're good at and the things that you think about.
That makes sense. I mean, I've dabbled in that, but why not expand on what you're already good at doing? Since you like it, right? So you're a little closer to getting there, I would think.
Well, I think your purpose has to do with who you are and why you're here on the planet. Now, there's lots of reasons we're here on the planet. I do believe that, you know, in reincarnation, that we chose to come down here at a certain point. So that's part of my philosophy. But, and it may not be part of your philosophy, but while we're here, we have two choices. We could make it a good life or a bad life. We could, you know, be a happy person or make our misery the primary focus. So as I always tell people, you cannot take your luggage to heaven. All your baggage, all your, you know, like a wheelchair full of, you know, all of your, a wheelbarrow full of all your problems and your challenges and all the negative stuff. You can't take that to heaven with you. You have to learn to let go of what you can't change and adapt.
I mean, as many people as you have helped and seen, what would be like maybe one of the top issues people have, you think? Like one thing that, an obstacle they have to get over?
I don't think anyone's ever asked me what obstacle. Well, confidence. You can start really simply with confidence. Letting, you know, believing in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who is going to believe in you? And if you don't trust yourself, then, and believe in yourself enough to say get a good job or have a good life. So it's your self-worth, it's your self-confidence needs to be supported.
I think that's in every career. I mean, I'm in real estate, and there's times that, you know, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Why haven't they called me? But as opposed to already seeing the outcome that you want and know that you have done your best, and now the other side has to
Well,
come into play.
think of this, Reno. As a real estate agent, you match people up with their homes. And what is a home? A home is where you live your purpose, where you grow your purpose, you grow your gifts, you know, you expand out in the world. So you help people find home, which happens to be a huge deal.
It is.
It's a huge deal. And if all you just have as affirmation is I help people find their happy home, their right place. That is your mission.
Yeah, and it does feel good when that all comes together, and it's just taking the time to find out. And sometimes nothing happens, and they become friends, and you know, we just go out and have a good time. Never find a house, nothing. You know, but we solve other problems. You know, maybe they were just lonely.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And that's probably true. You know? Cool. And so I've been doing this for 45 years. I've been helping to heal people. I help them solve their problems. I also work as what I call a strategic advisor now, because decision making has become very complicated for most people. Because there's too many choices. It's like bombarded with choices and learning how to trust. So I told you that I heard a voice that said go to chiropractic school. But I've learned to trust that voice. Other people would have just ignored it and then gone on to do something else. So I teach people how to listen to that voice so you can make good decisions for yourself without chaos.
Do you ever hear the voice, babe? Not the voice on
Marry
TV.
me now? Wait.
Yeah, that was divine intervention. I mean, that happened really fast. It all happened within 24 hours.
That you met?
Yeah. Well, I met her friends the day before on a Friday at a networking thing. He was a singer. He invited me to the place where he was singing the next night. I showed up. There's this lovely lady walking down the sidewalk. I said, "Oh, you look lovely tonight." I hold the door open. And we were sitting at the same table with the other two gentlemen that I just met. And
It wasn't that we just sat down with them. We were both there to meet the same two people.
Ah, okay, so that was even a synchronistic event. You were both there to sit at that table.
Yeah, I should have bought that table before they sold it.
So that was 9.5 years ago, almost to the day.
Did you have a feeling you would meet her?
Yeah, it was like the-
special person?
That was the farthest thing from my mind. I was going to a cabaret. I don't sing. I'm just like, okay, let's see what this is all about. And it was just watching how her persona was with everybody. I didn't know she was a singer either right away. It was, the other singers were okay, and then we're talking and mingling, and then they called her name. And I go, "You're a singer?" And she goes, "Yeah." Like, yeah. She's like the best singer ever. I mean, the big notes go through the moon, and I'm like, wow, she's nice to people, she's humble, and she's gifted. So yeah, I was like, oh,
And
heart
she
be
likes
still.
me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, heart be still, and yeah, 9.5 years.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is nice. It's really been wonderful. And I just have to correct one thing he said. I didn't sing. Well, that was correct for 9.5 years ago, maybe, but guess who's a wannabe singer that's been doing pretty well at karaoke these days?
Oh, wait, he sang?
He didn't. I mean, he was like a wannabe singer,
That was a wannabe.
I call it.
Yeah.
And then he started singing around when we were once we started to live together, we'd be together. He would sing, and I'd say, well, that's Anyway, one thing led to another, and actually he had probably one of his premier performances about 2 weeks ago at a karaoke when he just became the just went wild.
I did.
I'm going to have to come meet you guys. I don't sing, so I don't sing, but I could appreciate good singing. And I don't have friends in the desert that we go out anywhere, so I have no social life there.
Oh, well, we can fix that.
Yeah.
Ask anybody.
Tall, dark, and handsome, okay?
Yeah, you gotta get out and mingle, for sure. Your phone ain't gonna ring.
I know, and tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so I don't know, guys. We gotta get on this.
That's right.
That's kind of short notice, Joan. But we'll work on it.
When I moved to the desert, when I first moved to the desert in 2015, this woman, I had this event called Calling All Angels, and this woman comes over. She hands me this card at the end. She said, "This is the man you're going to meet." And she was psychic, but she was not a good psychic because I never met him. But it said, like Silver Fox. He goes by the name of Silver Fox. That's what his friends call him.
Ah,
And
okay.
he's tall. I guess he was divorced, of course, but
So they say.
so they say. But I never met him. So if you are a silver-haired Silver Fox,
Where
you're
are
7
you?
years late. 10 years late.
That's funny.
Make yourself appear somewhere
Yeah.
soon.
But I've never announced it on a Facebook Live before.
There you go.
Oh, well, we announce a lot of things that.
That's fun. That's
you
a
know.
first.
Like when Reno walked up beside me when we first met and said, "Ma, you look lovely tonight," and I went to myself, "That's all I need." And so it's kind of like, whoa! And so we walked in the door together, and then I found out we were meeting the same two people, and it was like you just kind of go, whoa, okay, I wasn't looking for this, and so here it is.
Neither of you were looking for it sounds like.
No.
But there was a mission for you to come together.
He's
Well,
been very helpful
Yeah, go
to
ahead.
me, because
I'm
he
gonna
loves
interview
my.
you both.
I know.
he was been very helpful to me, because he really likes what I do, and he supports it, and it doesn't like go, oh, you're doing another show or so, no, I don't, and he's the tailgate parties with the red carpet that he would put up at some of the shows we do up at the Jocelyn Center at the Arthur Newman Theater. Have you been there at all? And while we're on the subject, by the way, do not forget Sunday, Heart to Heart at the Jocelyn, Arthur Newman Theater in the Jocelyn Center, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Frankie Mamoni and Angie Delaire doing Steve and Edie's music, and you'll just love it. And so I want to see you there on Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock. And bring your sweetheart. And if you don't have one, you still have a little time.
Or you might get lucky.
and why, like I was thinking when I was looking to see which day was actually Valentine's Day
Tomorrow.
and all. Well, it's tomorrow. But yesterday was a holiday, and it was President's Day. That's what that was. I kind of had to stop.
That just blew over everybody because I was in a deal. We got all the funds in, and then we're like waiting, and then like, how come they're not recording? And then finally somebody says, "Oh, this is federal holiday." I go, what federal holiday? Yeah. Unless you're a kid, you don't really know about the holidays
But
anymore.
didn't they used to make long weekends out of these holidays so
They
that
did.
you knew, like,
It'd be like a 3-day weekend, right?
right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
And so as I'm looking at it, I realize that this is Friday the 13th.
I was going to say that. It is Friday the
And
13th.
so far, it's turned out to be quite a lucky day,
Yeah.
as opposed to Friday the 13th is like black unlucky day. Why is that? Do you know?
Well, I don't know so much, but I've been reading about the number 13. And the number 13, which is usually supposed to be an unlucky number, it turns out it's a very lucky number. And if you break it down, a 1 plus a 3 comes to a 4, right? What does a 4 mean?
Four.
A 4 is about creating solid foundations, grounding. You would know this as a Virgo. Building your home life, your work life, like all these foundations. And it's kind of interesting that at the end there used to be 13 astrology signs.
Yeah.
And 13, our calendar used to be 13 months,
Yes.
because apparently it takes 13 months for us to go around the sun, or the sun, whoever goes around each other. I don't even know anymore. But 13 used to be a very lucky number, and then they changed the calendar, so they put us in a 12-month rhythm, which changed our rhythm. So if it was 13, it meant that every full moon came on the same night. It was like, it was repeatable. The first of the month was on a Monday, say, and it was a Monday forever. It was like
That makes sense.
and so we were in cycles that were repeatable,
No, this is
and
now.
now 13 seems like it's a chaotic number because it's out of place.
They
never
got,
knew that.
Yeah, they got us out of place. We have a friend who's a like holistic healer out in the Salton Sea area, and we talk about that. Why did they remove it?
Well, so now we get back to the same thing we talked about at the very beginning. We talked about all this beauty that you have that's designed to help clear your energy and raise your frequency. But it's kind of poo-pooed out in the rest of the world. And that's deliberate so that we don't expand our consciousness together.
Yeah, I see it all the time. So even there's some friends that understand it, and there's some that don't. So we just, rather than forcing anybody, we just live by our example. When they go, well, how did you guys meet? Divine intervention.
Well, you know what? From what you're describing, there was divine intervention for sure. but sounds like destiny, you know, and it does happen like that. That two random people sort of you come together that way, same night, same people.
Well, and it's just the way it's evolved, and then here we start like what it had to have been, when did the pandemic, 6 years ago, you know, doing these shows, and and we've been doing other things together. Now he dances with me in my shows, and
Right here?
No, in her when she performs on stage.
and but we have a little fun story that works around. All of a sudden he appears out of nowhere, and he's in his tux, and we did it once, and everybody liked what we did, and so it's sort of become a three times now, right?
Yeah.
Last three shows.
One time I dressed up. There you go. One time I dressed up as a janitor with big overalls and everything, and I go on stage and I'm like sweeping, and I just like stop, and then I'm like mesmerized by her, and I take off the hat, I take off the jumpsuit, and then I have a tuxedo underneath, and we dance. Yeah.
So she brought that whole side out of you.
She lets me. Yeah. Yeah, I have other things I like doing, and sometimes I get a little over anxious about it, but then she goes, okay, that makes sense. I'm like a little kid, like, I want to do it. And then she finally goes, okay, you can. Yeah, so it's fun.
So Joan, in the work that you do you take private clients?
I do.
Okay, so, and they can connect with you through your website?
No, because the website's down.
Oh,
so
right.
there's two ways to connect. Just go on Instagram or Facebook if you want and send me a message. Or my email is joan@joanofangels. Now that's joan@joanofangels.com. Very easy to remember.
JOAN of ANGELS.
Joan of Angels, just like it sounds.
Yeah.
And then you all know that we can put you together if need be by connecting with us.
Right. So if I need to find you, I'll just.
That's right.
So
And
you find that it's easier to do the one-on-ones, or do you do like little group sessions too, or?
So, you know, I was trained as a therapist, so I'm great at groups. So it just depends what year you're talking to me about. That I've done lots of privates, and I've done lots of groups. My goal is to start a group by the end of the year, but I'm just working individually still with people
Okay.
until.
you're looking into what?
Well, I'm looking at creating a group towards the end of the year, but right now, you know, I offer what I call a fit call, and the fit call is to see whether we're fit. It's not high tech. It's a fit call. We see if
Just
we
a
are
phone
fit
call.
together. We're a little Zoom call, and we chat, and we see what you need, because it all depends on what you need.
Check to see, maybe somebody's asked
Okay.
a question or so. See, they can, well, you'll find out here. Their name will come up on, and if they want to write more, they do. But what I normally get is with their playbacks. We do the show playbacks.
Marinette Dickerson?
Mernette, my cousin in I want to say not Nashville, but Mernette, I always forget where you are. And so, but I know one thing, it's just, have not seen this woman in years, and she's my cousin. And she found me by coming on the show. There she is.
And Canella wants to join us for karaoke too.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah, Canella I met when I first came to the desert, like 2016.
well, see, what will happen is as people watch the playbacks, I'll get more and more people. Like we had over 500 views last show.
That is great.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic happened, I started a show also. I had this show called Miracle Monday that I had for about 5 years. You can see it on YouTube.
I like the
My
name.
YouTube is Joan of Angels, so it was called Miracle Monday. And every week we just talked about miracles.
Miracle Mendez on YouTube.
No, Monday.
Monday. Miracle
Monday.
Oh, Miracle Monday.
Yeah, Miracle Monday. On Monday, miracles. Yes, so
Like-
that's what I did.
Like Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, like Taco Tuesday.
No.
Oh,
Right, We'd Be Wednesday. What? Weird Wednesday.
Have we included everybody that's going to say to me, I needed to, because it's a great way to let, the people in the valley here, even though we could have somebody right here now in Germany watching. I have some family in Germany, Hawaii, Switzerland, and it's like really fun when I you just, because it's all over the world.
It's great. I also want to tell everyone I'm offering a class that's July 24th, 6 p.m. Pacific, and it's called When Decisions Really Matter. Free workshop.
A free workshop?
It's like a master class.
Ooh.
Is it a one day or
It's just 6 to
Here in the
7:30,
desert?
July. No, it's online.
like Zoom?
Although I am going to look for a place to do it here in the desert if I can find a good
Oh,
place to do it
July.
here in the desert.
Okay, so mark in July
February
24th.
24th. February 24th. It's in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Less than 2 weeks.
Oh,
February
okay.
24th, 6 p.m. online.
6 p.m. this time online, and go to Monday.
No. Just go to, just email. If you go to Facebook, you'll see a promotion about this. You can actually sign up. You can email me. You could message me.
And I'll,
Or just ask them how to get it.
yeah, and I always do like a follow-up ad so we can talk afterwards, and then I can do another ad, and I'll
give
put
them
some
all
of
the
the,
links.
get all the highlights of what's coming up. Yeah, aren't you doing one like a fair coming up? Are you involved in a fair?
Oh yes. So I'm also the executive producer of an expo called New Living Expo, which sells thousands of these every year.
Ooh, you want one.
Yeah, so I'm the executive producer of the New Living Expo, and I'm also going to be at the Conscious Life Expo here in LA.
Here, wait. Where is the expo?
Well, the one that I'm executive producer for is up in San Rafael, California. That's
San
Marin
Rafael?
County. Yeah, Marin County.
That's
San
where I came
Rafael.
from. Well, I came from Mill Valley, and I taught at the College of the Marin for 30 years.
So I raised my kids in Marin. I love Marin. I want to go back to Marin so badly.
Did you know Margie Belrose?
No. Well, there's 225,000 people who live in
But there's a theater, the Belrose Theater.
I wasn't a theater gal at the time, but no, so you lived in Mill Valley.
She.
Me.
But you must have left Mill Valley to meet him down here.
Oh.
I was just waiting.
I
So-
left. Yeah.
She taught at Lincoln High School too.
Ah, that's in San
In San
Rafael. All right.
Francisco.
Oh, in San Francisco.
And then we were just on the phone. Where Dusty lives in San Rafael.
Hey, good time to say something about Dusty real quick. Our friend.
Yes, you say it.
Well, Dusty Rohde, she is a triathlete, fitness guru, but she's not a coach. We kind of joke about that.
Yeah, real.
But you go to her YouTube channel. She has like phenomenal information on how just to do everything under this umbrella, whether it's running, lifting weights, just overall taking care of yourself. It's Dusty Rohde.
Roady, and it's for real. That's
a real
not a
name.
made-up name.
A Dusty Rohde. Sounds like Roadrunner. Beep beep.
Or like a roadie, like
Yeah.
a roadie from your concert.
Yeah, no, she has great information, and if you're looking to take your athletic stuff to the next level,
You are amazing.
check her out.
I have an idea.
Oh,
After the
oh,
show.
I love it. It's like I'm just so wound up. This is about the point where my mother would say, "Okay, Marcia, go sit down and stop making a spectacle of yourself." With my parents owned a restaurant, and so I'd go around the tables performing from the time I was 4.
Did you have a hat? Did they tip you?
Oh, they would come and want to know if they could take me to their house, because this was a small town, because they knew I would talk and they could laugh at me and all that. And the Wurlitzer jukebox which is hearing this music and singing and dancing.
Yep.
And then I got caught stealing nickels out of the cash register to play in the Wurlitzer. But it was okay, no problem. All I had to do was ask for them. I'm still asking for nickels, by the way.
Okay.
So, Joan, I know that you are just a plethora of just incredible, positive, exciting uplifting information. So be sure to connect with us, with Joan, and we'll keep this going, and we'll build on this as we go along. But I'm sure you must have something you'd like to say to the world out there.
To all my Facebook people, yeah, give me a second and I'll have a message for you. Yeah, okay. So here's the message. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I asked what's the message, and I heard, just tell everyone it's time to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to? You know, if you so that's the message of today. Believe in yourself. You actually are very beautiful. Your heart's beautiful. There's a bug chasing me. I'm beautiful.
It's going back and
bugs love
forth.
me. But that's how I know bugs love me. But yeah, I think that's reasonable to start believing in myself and in yourself. So all you have to do is wake up in the morning and go, you know what? You're great. Look in the mirror and go, you are really a good person. You're great. Have a great day. And that will change everything. I mean, it actually really will. It's how I've done everything. When I took my chiropractic boards, I had a piece of paper that said, I am a licensed chiropractor as of July, whatever, I'm not going to tell you what year. And it came true. Right? It came true even though I almost flunked the test. So you just put it out there, repeat it over and over again. Every day I'm getting better and better and more confident.
I like it. Listen to her.
And Believe in Yourself is a beautiful song, by the way.
Do you want to sing it for us? You can end the show with that.
No, I want you to just to revel in their minds and hearts, and know that Joan just really has inspired us all to keep on keeping on, believe in yourself, as she said, and we're all going to meet. We'll meet again. I know, one of these days.
You know, yes, and the second thing you reminded me I want to tell everyone is expect miracles. Why not? Miracles manifest. You don't even have to believe in them, but you can expect them. So when you start telling yourself you're beautiful and you love yourself and be confident, you could also say, I expect miracles. And they happen.
This has been wonderful, and I'm just so glad that all of you were with us, because you know how much I love all of you, and you've been so good. There were a lot of you that tuned in, have been tuning in, and I want you to take something so positive away with you every show, and therefore may everything that has been reduced to noise in you become music again. And music and friendship and faith has no distance. Love you.
Go.
Thank you for being
This
here.
is so cool, so cool.
Yeah.
I want to come back.
Yes,
If you need
anytime.
favor, just tell them you'd like me to come back.
Yeah, no, it's so needed. A lot of people are lost and they don't understand what you just said. You got to look within and be happy with who you are, because no one's going to come and rescue you, my friend. You have to start from within. You know?
And that's really true. There is no rescue. They're not going to come and even get you off of here. There's no escape.
You know I love you all.
Bye.
Thank you.